it's Jazz and this is meant to be Tuesday's video on LBGT Love, except it's a big bit late. And I'm sorry, this week's just been really hectic, I suppose. There's been a lot happening in the past few days. Like, I sort of stormed out of my house, so ran away from home for the first time when I actually don't even live with my parents anymore, so that's really stupid and complicated. And also did a radio show and got lots of like hate texts for the first time, and have been doing a summer semester at uni, which has been really full on because it's a 12-week course that's been condensed to 6 days. So I haven't really been knowing what day it is and stuff with working and everything, so sorry. But on a positive note, one of my friends gave me this today, so that's happy. Anyway, this week's topics are what do we think about the Trans-Canadian airline whole fiasco that's happening at the moment, and I think that it's a bit tricky because I understand about national security, but I think that the most important thing should be that you look similar to the picture on your passport. And I understand that this could be hard if you're trans and transitioning, because you could change, your appearance could change quite a lot. And I guess you just have to sort of make sure that you've got an updated passport. So if there was an easier process for updating your passport with changes, but really, I don't know, yeah, depending what it is. I mean, I suppose if you completely transitioned and your passport still hadn't expired, but it looked like a different version of you or the past you, then that would be difficult in determining who you were, because you might look like your brother or your sister as opposed to actually you. But as long as medical certification can be provided, there are ways to sort of work around it, and I think that that should be okay. But I don't think people should have a right to be like, oh, you don't look like the right gender, you can't get on a plane. That's when it starts to get a sort of grey area, I think. And secondly, for this week, sorry, my brain is just so out of it. Secondly, what were our favourite childhood memories? I don't know, mine, I wasn't allowed to watch TV that much as a kid, because my mum just thought it would be bad for our brains. I used to watch the Little Rascals movie a lot, which is an awesome movie, but on Saturdays when my brother and I went to see our dad, normally we'd be at our dad's on Saturdays, and then we'd get up early in the morning as possible and be able to watch TV all day, which was really amazing for us. And he had Foxtel for a while, so we watched all these cartoons like The Amanda Show. I used to love watching Lizzie McGuire as a kid. I thought that was a really just awesome show, and I still like Hilary Duff. She's pretty good. I think she was the only sort of teen star that didn't do anything crazy. So that's good, I guess. And yeah, I suppose that I really liked Winnie the Pooh and books by Odo Hirsch. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's amazing. Antonio S. and the Mystery of Theodore Guzman is like my favourite book ever, even though it's a kid's book. And I used to read a lot of Enid Blyton and stuff, so I guess that was my childhood, basically. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week when I'm in a bit of a better state. But I guess it's worth doing this course, but it's sort of really, really tiring. And I'm also quitting my job next week to be a full-time student for the rest of the year and do more like freelance media stuff, which will be interesting. So until then, have a good one, and yeah.